Log into almost any website and something remarkable happens. For the next several hours, you never have to type your password again on any page for any request. This is the tiny piece of text that makes that possible. It starts with an ordinary login form, a username, a password, a submit button. Nothing about this moment looks special. A common assumption is that being logged in just means the browser quietly resends your password on every single request. It does not, and for good reason, since that would mean broadcasting your password constantly. Instead, the server that checks your password does something cleverer. It mints a short, random, disposable string and sends only that back. That string is a session cookie. It looks meaningless, a handful of random letters and digits, and that's exactly the point. Your browser stores it in a small jar on your own disk, then does something it never does with your password. Staples that string onto every request to this site automatically from now on. Every page, every image, every background request, all of them, carrying the identical short string over and over for as long as the session lasts. One password sent exactly once. One short string sent constantly after. Let's follow that string from the moment it's born to the moment it expires. Take 1, a visitor fills in the login form and hits submit. From the browser's point of view, this is a completely ordinary request headed to the server. That request carries the username and password, encrypted, straight to the server. This is the one and only time this password will travel over the network during the whole session. The server checks the password against its own records. Correct, so now it faces a real problem. How does it recognize this exact visitor on the very next request without asking for the password again? Its answer is the session cookie, a short, random string with no meaning of its own, generated fresh for this one login and tied, on the server's side, to this one visitor's identity. That string rides back inside a set cookie response header, marked with 2 protective flags. Secure, so it only ever crosses an encrypted connection, and HTTP only, so no script on the page can ever read it. The browser obeys immediately, filing the string away in its cookie jar, a small storage area on the visitor's own disk, kept separate for every different site. From this instant on, the browser's behavior changes completely. Any request headed to this same site automatically gets that cookie stapled onto it, with zero effort from the visitor. Click to a second page on the site and watch. The exact same short string travels along, inside a plain cookie request header this time, not set cookie. That page loads a dozen images. Every one of those image requests, too, carries the identical cookie string. The browser doesn't discriminate between a full page and a single picture. Somewhere in the background, the page also fires an API call to check for new notifications. That request carries the string as well, letting the server answer with this visitor's own notifications specifically. On the server's side, none of this requires remembering a password again. It simply looks the incoming string up in its own table and finds the matching visitor in microseconds. A single busy page load can easily trigger dozens of separate requests, the document, styles, scripts, images, background calls, and every one of them repeats the exact same short string. That repetition is the entire trick behind staying logged in. Not a server that remembers you by magic, but a browser that quietly resends one proof of identity over and over without being asked. That string doesn't live forever. Servers attach an expiry to it and logging out actively deletes it. Either way, the jar eventually empties and the whole ritual starts over with a fresh login. Because whoever holds that exact string is treated as the logged-in visitor, protecting it matters enormously, which is exactly why those 2 flags from earlier exist at all. Without HTTP only specifically, a single malicious script injected into the page could simply read the cookie string straight out of memory and steal the whole session. This is also why logging in on a shared computer and forgetting to log out is genuinely risky. The next person to open that browser inherits the exact same cookie, and with it, the exact same session. One password sent once becomes one short string that then rides along on every single request after it, every page, every image, every background call until it expires or you log out. Thanks for watching. Next time a website remembers you without asking for your password again, you'll know one small string just did all the work. Check out our other videos and follow how it all runs for more. See you in the next one.